According to a new study released this week by the United Nations, the global pandemic could send as many as 1 billion people into extreme poverty by the year 2030. That is 1 billion. Roughly 1/7 of the population of the planet could hit extreme poverty within the next 10 years because of what has happened during the pandemic. Now, here's the thing. This is not inevitable, and I think that's the big takeaway from this. This is not something that is definitely going to happen. This is something that the report states, if we invest in these sustainable developmental goals that they lay out in the report, we can avoid this. Problem is, that's going to take investment, right? You're going to have countries, the U.S. included, paying for these kinds of things, to better the lives of the less fortunate around the globe. And that is going to be the hardest part. Because the plans, the ideas, the things that they're able to come up with that say, hey, if we just do this, this won't happen. The horrible, bad thing we're saying could happen won't happen. We just need to do this. But in order to do this, you got to pay for it. And that's when the governments of the world say, well, hold up now. Nobody said anything about us having to pay for it. Eek. I don't know. Those people may just be stuck in extreme poverty. We've got the money. It's just we were saving up for some really cool tanks and jets, man. I didn't have anything to spare. Need stuff that goes boom, not stuff that makes an economy go boom. Here's the thing. Think about the industries most affected, not just here in the United States, but all over the world from the pandemic. Excuse me. What has it been? Are we seeing white-collared workers, bankers, lawyers, doctors? Are they just losing their jobs left and right? No. We're not seeing professionals lose their jobs. We have seen construction projects put on hold. We have seen the service industry absolutely crippled, the travel industry crippled, basically all of hospitality industry crippled. Restaurant industry, which is also part of hospitality, but really outside of that, of course we have the small businesses, right? The local boutiques, local businesses, they're not doing well because they can't have as many people coming in and out. So they are suffering. Retail's taken a hit. Gyms have taken a hit. But a lot of these jobs are worker jobs. What I say, these are jobs that the average person has. And those are the people who are suffering the most, the working class. Here in the United States, Europe, Asia, everywhere. It's the working class people who are suffering. So think about what this new report means. The working class around the globe was on such thin ice as it is that this pandemic destroyed it. Sent them hurtling towards extreme poverty. They had nothing in savings because they didn't have savings. They didn't make enough to put anything in savings. Here in the United States, we're not giving them stimulus. You got a lot of European countries who are, and they're not doing as bad as we are. Other countries didn't do it. They're going down as well. The working class has to have money. The working class, whether it's in the United States or in Europe or in Asia or the Middle East, whatever it is, the working class are the people who drive the economies. They're the people who prevent the extreme poverty. They're the people who make things work. And they have been taken advantage of across the globe to the point where as soon as their income is gone, they're in extreme poverty or they're knocking on extreme poverty's door. That's where we're at. It can change. It could change. The UN says we have to invest in these people in order to avoid this worst case scenario. And I guarantee you, from what we have seen throughout my entire lifetime, it may not be 1 billion that hit extreme poverty, but it's going to be pretty damn close.